Hey movie junkies, welcome back to Twin Flicks, where we're always celebrating the magic and art of cinema. Today we have an 80s Indiana Jones type movie coming from Arrow Video. But before we dive into my movie and Blu-ray review, if you haven't yet, consider being a subscriber and do all the things to help this channel grow. Really appreciate it. So today we are talking about the 1988 film Bloodstone. I mean, just look at that graphic. That's just pure 80s right there. So what is Bloodstone about? Well, it's about a man who is attempting to deliver a stolen ancient ruby to a buyer when he realizes he's being followed, and he slips the ruby into luggage of unsuspecting couple Sandy and Stephanie. And now the bad guys are hot on their trail, and that's when the crazy wild ride begins. Thieves ransack their room looking for the ruby, Stephanie is kidnapped and held hostage, and with no one to help him, Sandy sets out on a mission to find the ruby and save his wife. The 80s was an interesting decade. It had a slew of movies coming off the heels of other movies such as Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and this is definitely one of them. It completely evokes Indiana Jones, or better yet, Romancing the Stone, except it really doesn't work. The biggest problem is while it tries to convey that vibe, it has some really odd, playful, corny humor that just does not work well, and it doesn't mesh with the serious adventure tones of the movie, and I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be a comedy or not. Now go!
Must be a bathroom around here.
It's like, pick one. Comedy or not, pick one. Bloodstone actually does have a lot going for it. I can tell that the script was probably really good, but the pieces just never gel together right. The plot seems tired and ultimately over convoluted, and as I said, the attempts of humor often fall flat. Very flat.
And took the express. I told you, my pigeons never lie. Outrageous!
Overall, I mean, it's fine. Nothing great, but it's nothing terrible either. I've seen a lot worse. And overall, I had a good time with it. This would be a great one to watch with a group of friends and have fun and have a fun, goofy movie night. I'm giving Bloodstone a score of a 3 out of 5. So now that I've given my review and thoughts on the film, how is the Blu-ray quality? How does that stack up? Well, as I said, Bloodstone comes from Arrow Video with a newly restored 1080p transfer with a new DTS 5.1 surround mix and a stereo mix, and it includes the original aspect ratio of 1:8:5:1. This is a somewhat variable looking presentation, but when this transfer is firing all cylinders, it looks excellent with nicely saturated color palette, a vibrant colors, and very commendable detail levels. Grain is also very well resolved and is barely noticeable. The only issue I found was some recurrent rough moments where suddenly the grain field spikes pretty high and detail levels look pretty poor. But on a whole, this is another excellent example of Arrow curating an 80s cult movie that many fans of the movie will drool over. Now, as I said, this Blu-ray offers 2 audio tracks, a DTS HD 5.1 surround track and a PCM 2.0 stereo track, and both sound great. Right away, the music of the movie sounds impressive and bombastic and expands with the 5.1 surround track. The surround track also opens up many of the outdoor sequences with healthy and accurate placement of ambient environmental sounds. Dialogue is rendered very cleanly, crisp, and clear. This is a great audio restoration, and the 5.1 track has a lot of range and utilizes the surround channels very effectively. And we know that with Arrow Video, they always give us some great extras, and Bloodstone includes a new 2020 audio commentary by director Dwight Little, a commentary by Brian Reisman, an interview from Nico Mastorikis, a phone interview with Josh Harto, and trailers. So for the Blu-ray, I'm giving it a score for the video and audio presentation of 4 out of 5. And as I said, watch it with a group of friends and you'll have a blast. Well guys, before you click out of this video, drop down in the comments and let me know what is your favorite 80s action adventure comedy movie. I want to thank Arrow Video for sending this Blu-ray to us, and I want to thank you out there for taking the time out of your schedule to watch this little review video. It means a lot to us. And if you haven't yet, consider being a subscriber and hitting that bell so you can be notified of a new video's drop, and like this video. All that really helps our algorithm for this channel to grow on YouTube and make it easier for people to find. As always, we have more reviews on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.